Greetings, it's the Happy Jammer, and welcome to episode 3 of the Frozen podcast. And this is a full cast this week. Oh my goodness, we have over 8 people or something. Like, this Discord is kind of crazy. So say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Let's get straight into the introductions. So we have our regular hosts with us. Of course, me, the Happy Jammer, as well as Firebird.
Hello.
And White Star.
Hi.
And of course, we have tons of guests, including new guests as well. We have a guest regular, Reswap Jr.
Greetings and felicitations.
We got Jay of Blue.
Hey there.
And we have... what is it? Three guests with us. We got I Love Elsa of Arendelle.
Hello.
We got Swifters.
Hi.
Alright, and we got Kindred.
Hello.
Alright, so we got a ton of new people here this week. Let's start with introductions for our new guests. That means you, Kindred, Swifters, and I Love Elsa of Arendelle. Wow, that's a long name. Let's start with you, I Love Elsa of Arendelle. Why do you love Frozen?
Why do I love
You
Frozen?
love
Because of Elsa. That's true. I'm coming late through the game, to be honest, because as I said in the pre-show that I've missed it out on 2013 when it came out. I see that ad plastered everywhere, and I didn't really notice about that. It's kind of strange, but later on I've got a digital download, and I was blown away, especially by Elsa.
Of course, who
Otherwise,
isn't?
I wouldn't have chosen my username like that. And I could identify myself with Elsa in a lot of ways. So, this is why I love Frozen.
Waifu?
Wife. Oh,
Yeah, pretty much.
all right.
Good
So,
taste, my man.
all right. So, who else wants to go? Let's go with Swifters. Why do you like Frozen?
Well, I guess it started when I was like 12 or 13. So I was lucky to see the movie in advance, and yeah, I enjoyed it like any girl my age. I guess I liked it because it was like a different spin on a princess story, and I was not a princess girl. But yeah, I grew out of it eventually. But catch me beginning of this year. I'm 17. The new trailer drops, and I'm dragged right back in.
All right. That sounds good. Sounds good.
That I feel like that's going to be a common theme for many people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, there's going to be a new trailer. At least one more new trailer before the movie releases. But
Oh yeah.
There'll be TV spots.
yeah, probably the
Definitely
TV spots. Yeah. All right, and of course we got Kindred. Well, Kindred, why do you like Frozen? Tell us.
First of all, as I said in the pre-show, I have a little bit of a cold, so I'm sorry if I sound stuffy or anything. But
That's totally fine.
I was,
The cold shouldn't bother you anyway.
introduced to. Yeah.
Sorry.
I was sorry. You're all good. I was introduced to Frozen because I heard about it when it first came out, but that was my first year going into college, 2013. So I missed it then, and so one of my friends came over to my house. I believe it was summer of 2015, and showed me Frozen, and I really enjoyed it. I really connected with both Elsa and Anna. I have a twin brother, and so
Oh, wow.
I know that sort of feeling with that sort of sibling connection, and so that really resonated with me, as well as Elsa's character and her journey through the movie really touched me. So that's the reason why I think throughout all these years, ever since I first saw it, I've really enjoyed the Frozen franchise.
Dread, what
That's
was your
good.
friend's relationship to the movie?
My friend, the reason why he showed it to me actually was because he he was on a plane. He was coming from the Philippines, and it was one of the movies that was playing on the plane. And so he saw it afterwards, and he was like, "Wow, this is actually really good." And so he decided to show it to me. I don't know the reason what inspired him to show it to me and my brother, but I appreciate that.
The right place at the right time. Back it on. That's great.
That's always good to appreciate, absolutely.
I got to watch Frozen on a plane on my way back from California. I thought I'd get to watch Frozen 300,000 feet in the air. 30,000 feet.
I know, I actually did watch Frozen again on an airplane on my trip to Hawaii. That was cool. Alright, well, I think that's everybody. So let's get straight into our next section, which is the Frozen trailer, the new trailer that just dropped. So let's just start with our first impressions. What do you guys think of the new trailer? Like, just first impressions.
Good.
It's amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We got to see some new characters. We got to see the people in the forest. I don't know if I think they have an actual name, but I don't know if that's spoilers or not.
The forest people.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm making that up. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, exactly.
Leaf people.
Yes, they are the leak people. Yes.
I said
The native of the enchanted forest.
The nature of the enchanted forest. All right, so without further ado, here we have the new poster. What do you guys think of the new poster?
On the I'm on the thing, so I can't see it. But I assume it's the one with Anna, Elsa, Kristoff, and it has like the
Right, and it has,
sparkles over them, the rainbow sparkles over them.
yeah, it's the one with their full bodies in front of your face.
They all look determined.
Oh yeah,
It feels
do.
generic.
Especially
it feels
Elsa.
generic. How?
It looks generic. The design of the poster is very generic, like a superhero poster.
It does give me a Marvel superhero kind of vibe. I can see that.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
I've
It's
never
not-
seen Sven more determined in my life.
It is.
Uh,
It's true. It's not an original like template if you look at it, like the format of it. But overall, I do like it because it has a lot going on for it. Like you see Elsa using powers and stuff, and it's like it looks like an ensemble poster, if you will. Like
Oh,
the
yeah,
Avengers stuff.
I
Yeah.
just
But
noticed that Olaf is holding the lizard thing.
Yeah.
If you've been
Oh, yeah.
on the Constable Frozen Tumblr, there's a lot of mashup between Elsa and the MCU, which I find it pretty hilarious, and I chuckled a bit. So it isn't far away from being an MCU
Superhero. Yeah. I would say the poster itself is really just following that same motif, I think. And if you compare it to the posters of the first movie, it's a completely different tone. I mean, this is more like a, epic fantasy, going on an adventure. The first one, it's like they're all buried in the snow laughing, including the villain, right?
Yeah, true.
Give anything away though.
Yeah.
I mean, even Elsa's buried in there, so
Right.
Well, something to remember about the previous movie posters. There was many movie posters.
Many of them.
The ones that we're most familiar is the ones that got released in the U.S. market. In Europe and other markets, they released completely different ones. And the most popular one that people wanted that never kind of got released over here was the one it had Elsa on one by herself, and you see Arendelle in the distance, kind of off like on a mountain, but kind of like a sloping landscape. Like you can see it's tied to her power. And you saw Anna on the other one, and then you put them together, and it kind of made a big panorama scene.
You
That was
mean the Japanese version? I
It
think
was.
that was the Japanese.
Was that the Japanese
Well,
one?
it was for foreign markets. I had to buy that one with Elsa on it, and it was like a vinyl type poster that was only released in Europe, and I had to have it custom shipped over to me from Europe. But it's like it never got officially released as a movie poster in the U.S. So a lot of this stuff that we're seeing now, this is mainly for the U.S. markets. I wouldn't be surprised to see other variants that you see that look quite different for other markets, and they'll probably look very cool. So it's nothing new that this concept happens all the time for movies.
Didn't that
Alright.
poster get released? We just had the release of a whole lot of Disney movies. One of them being a re-release of the original Frozen in 4K that was released. Today's the 5th, so that was released Tuesday. I think.
Oh wow! So they
the same
finally
cover.
released 4K Frozen after years of people making 4K pirated copies online.
Yeah.
I settled for Sleeping Beauty instead because I really want to watch Sleeping Beauty on my iPad, but
Sleeping
maybe
Beauty
next
on
time I'll get
4K, man. Yeah.
not on 4K, just on regular K.
All right, regular K. All right, so without further ado, let's go straight into the trailer analysis. So I have a slideshow here. I'm gonna pull it up. You get your docs ready.
This is the part where I shut up.
All right, so
I am not saying anything.
all right. Well, feel free to chime in if it's not spoilery. All right, so
Yeah.
so here it is. The first picture, we have the 4 stones, the Stonehenge-looking seasonal things. What are these? I mean, we saw these at the first trailer, but
I think
These-
everyone has figured already out that these are the powers, or better said, the 4 seasons.
is that speculation? Or, I mean, I don't know.
It's been, most people have agreed that
I mean,
that
here's
is
speculation.
All right. We'll take that. So
we see these a lot, and they look like it's the beginning of the Enchanted Forest. Is these 4 stones?
Mm.
oh yeah, so this is the gate to the Enchanted Forest. So this is where the gang enters, from the mist, right?
Yeah.
Let's go to our next slide here. We have the people within this forest, including the... I don't want to say what these are called. I want to say they're teepees, but that's probably not their name. So,
Yeah,
What
so
are
they
these?
look kind of like Native American teepees, yet at the base of them we see stone indicating that it's more permanent. They're not moving around near as much.
Yeah.
so these are permanent establishments. So that's cool. So we can presume these people lived here for a long time. I think. That's
Most likely, they are this world's equivalent of the Sami people.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I can see
that's
that.
what
I
a
can
lot of
definitely see
people
that.
say.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to the next slide here. So we have the parents and the 2 girls. Obviously, this is a story being told by King Agnar. Go to the next slide. We're going into the flashback of the story that he's saying. So this individual, I'm presuming that's Agnar as a kid.
That
Okay.
is what it looks like, but
Yeah.
it could be someone else. We don't know for certain.
I have no idea because, I mean, it kind of looks like him, but the only thing that's throwing me off is the hair. The hair looks,
Agnar
He's my
has
granddad.
I mean, it wouldn't be the
Okay.
first time they've changed someone's hair slightly. They changed Anna's hair a bit as well. Like, her color is different.
Yeah, and his dress does look Arendelian.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Right.
yeah, and you look at the left side of the screenshot, I'm noticing you can see a crocus on that guy's cufflink.
Yeah.
cufflink.
You gotta remember, this story is about Elsa's power, and they're going back to where the powers first manifested. So it's way going back into history. So I think that are Elsa's parents.
Well,
So too.
well, we'll see. Well, we can presume that if this is not Agnar, Agnar was probably within this group in this flashback. So let's move on to the next one. He's obviously looking at something unusual happening. We'll go to the next one, and of course, there's someone floating
That's
in
when
the
the
air.
wind goes past him.
There's someone floating. I don't know who that is. Is that?
in done.
Oh, that is it. Done.
Yeah.
Is that
I've heard ideas that might be her.
right? That's what I've
It's
been
not
hearing.
confirmed.
Yeah. Oh wait, has it been confirmed?
I mean, it's not confirmed. No.
Oh, it's not confirmed. Yeah, but a lot of people are saying it's her. So
Speculation.
speculation.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest.
It would make sense.
It would make sense, but I don't see the
Yeah.
resemblance. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
She has a resemblance because if you rewind the trailer, there's one scene where you can see her a little bit up closer, and
With
there
the
are
deal?
similarities to the Queen.
All right.
Yes. Hang on. I'll be linking it in the.
Which trees?
Guess we have to take a closer look on that. Let's go to the next slide here. Obviously, these people are preparing to fight. I don't think
Well,
this,
they are fighting.
or if they are fighting. Oh,
They're in the middle of it.
are they fighting the people in the
It
forest?
looks like-
I
It looks
It
like
looks
the
like it,
Arendalians
yeah.
are fighting the people from the forest.
Yikes. Well,
That has
another
some
case of
unfortunate
historical
information.
accuracy, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, let's move on to
You
the.
trapped us!
Let's move on to the next slide. The fire is burning. Another wildfire.
And this looks like it's from that fight because we see the Arendalian person with the sword and then also the native people, but they're all running from the fire.
They're all running from the fire. Like, was the fire like sentient or something? I think we saw that in other trailers too. Like, it moved
Yeah,
by.
so in the second trailer, the way it moved did definitely seem like a spirit or something of some kind that was sentient.
So this is definitely not
I
some bozo deciding to light the forest on fire to win the war or something.
No,
Okay,
this
good.
isn't a
It's
wild
definitely
forest fire because someone
something
didn't
else.
put out their
Who
campfire.
knows? It was jumping around from the trees to the trees. So
All right, that's
Yeah.
fair. Let's move on to the next slide. The wind is pushing them away. I think that's all I can add with this slide. Let's move on to the next slide. And the gate has closed.
Yeah,
that
this is when
that definitely
the-
sounds familiar.
close the gates.
close the enchanted forest. Close everything. So the story of Agnar was
It looks
basically
like
like no one could
puzzles.
get in or out, right? What was the story? It was no one could get in or out the enchanted forest because, shoot, what was the dialogue Agnar said at the beginning of the trailer? I'm sure it'll come back to me.
Let me bring it up right now.
Language.
All right, sure. Let's move on to the next slide here. We're back at present day with snuggling.
Alsana fans, I'm sure love
Yeah. All right, here come the Asana fans. Here comes the
Hey, it's sisterly love.
sisterly love. True. It's sisterly love. In the same bed, but it's the same sisterly love, regardless.
Incest.
Oh,
was
come
not
on.
wrong.
No, I'm
Incest
kidding.
was
I'm
not
kidding.
wrong for royalty.
All right, let's move on to the next slide before
Yeah,
this
let's
gets-
just
let-
next slide.
All right, so we have Elsa looking worried. Her new attire looks nice though. I like the purple.
And some people in the background, whether they be staff or guests of some kind,
Probably a mixture of
she-
both.
Be a variety of
self
both.
from that.
Right, but the main focus of this picture is that Elsa's worried about something. Then Anna's speculating.
possible that
Oh,
she's-
has Elsa seem weird to you? That's as this pic is indicating. What is it, Swifters?
In what way?
Yeah, in what way?
And
Oh, it's
Kristoff is in
possible that
a robe
It
that
looks as if she was singing.
Oh, so you think this is the start of a musical number? Her staring at the.
Back
it
with
certainly
Elsa.
could be.
Guess we'll have to see. Let's move on. This is in the night. Elsa's just walking in the same exact pond area where she ran away in
And
the
in
first
the same
film.
gown she was wearing in the previous picture with her and Anna.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, I
So-
didn't notice that.
This presumably might be the same night.
I don't know about that. Really?
Have you guys
I don't
seen
think
the
it
clips
is.
with the songs?
Wait, what? I'm sorry.
Have you guys seen all the clips with the songs?
Yeah, we have. We'll get to it. That's a different part of the
Okay.
podcast.
I haven't.
All right.
Okay.
So let's just go to the next slide here. Obviously, something is going on. It looks like that magic wasn't controlled by her. It was just something that
Yeah,
came to
it
her.
kind of pushed her around. It
Yeah.
looked sentient, sort of like the fire.
Maybe there is a connection with the fire and the...
You didn't start
Or-
the fire.
Then the sand is burnt. Okay. Next slide, and Elsa gets, like, struck by it. I think that's what happened there. It hit her chest or something, then it, like, made all these
Struck.
crystals.
Bursted out.
Yeah. Hopefully she's
This was
okay.
a powerful scene.
Yeah, this was a powerful scene, so much that it rattled the entire kingdom. You see, everyone is, all the lights went out.
In the other-
They're all, it's getting windy. Everyone's evacuating. I'm skipping a few slides
Yeah,
here
in
because
the other trailer, that moment is when Anna like freaks out because she's on one of the balconies.
Hang on. This
Yeah.
is something I just noticed.
what?
So you guys mentioned that how everything it ruptured through the kingdom, right? Rumbled through the kingdom.
Right, because of
Well,
what happened.
what I just noticed is that all the fire is turning purple, like the 17 fire.
Yeah.
Oh, so the
Yeah.
so the fires that were in Arendelle for light, right? Like they all just turn
Yes.
purple. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't notice it. That's certainly an odd development for for fire that usually wouldn't look like that. As you can see, these are all the concerned citizens. Looks like they're trolls, including Oaken and Kai.
Why does one of them look like Hans?
Oh, okay, let's not get into that. All right, let's. You're gonna make me cry. Anyway, let's move on to this scene here. This is what.
So this is a vision from Pabby, and
Yes.
then we see the native people and Arendelle shaking hands, and then I don't know if I have a picture in the slideshow, but right after that it shows them attacking each other, which I bet is from that previous fight that we saw.
Yeah.
And well, it's not in that. That wasn't the next slide, but regardless, yeah, that that is correct. It showed them clashing swords and whatnot. There's certainly a story there. I do wonder why they started fighting.
And something interesting is when it shows that it's the same color as when he showed young Elsa the fear thing, so that could have something to do with it.
All right, cool.
It turns that same color red.
The same color red. Yet another ominous foreshadowing. Anyway, let's move on. So, Elsa and Anna and the gang, they're, I guess they find the enchanted gate forest thing.
And what's interesting is in this shot, we don't see the rest of the gang, yet in the next two shots in the trailer, they're standing right there with them, and it looks like it's the same spot. So that's a weird discrepancy.
Maybe they're like, oh, let's go alone, and then they didn't want to do it, then they came back with the rest? I don't know.
Well, they walk over behind them.
Wait, who? I'm sorry.
Kristoff and like the others, they walk over.
Oh, they walk. Oh, so they were walking with him. Okay. I didn't see.
They're behind them, I think. Yeah.
Maybe they are arriving later.
No, that is true. Olaf was
Gotta be
in that
dramatic.
group.
Two
Yeah,
sisters.
yeah, because they were behind the sisters. Yeah. All right, so they enter the forest, and then what happens? They get
ambushed by the natives.
And oh, by the way, they enter the forest because Elsa put her hand out, so that means
And then they were kind of pushed in.
yeah, they were kind of pushed in, but they let them in. I mean, you heard Agnar. No one can get in or out unless Elsa has some connection.
And then here we see the sword is frozen.
Right. So
We don't know why. So
I guess either Elsa made her a sword or she found a sword that was made of ice. I don't know. Regardless, they're being ambushed by the people of this enchanted forest. And we have the new folks. We once again have Destin Matthias showing up along with the other folk.
Brown.
Yeah, Sterling K. Brown, played by Sterling K. Brown. I wonder why he's here. Like, I'm assuming he's very much connected to that flashback.
Yeah.
And
A bunch of other looks to be older.
I think maybe they're trapped in the enchanted forest and couldn't get out, and Agnar was the only one who got.
like Elsa's the only one who got out. Is that what you're saying?
No, Agnar.
Oh, Agnar.
King.
Okay. And Iduna, assuming Iduna was in that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, which is interesting. Assuming, because I don't know if Iduna is one of the people from the forest or if Iduna is from Arendelle. I'm still not entirely sure because we don't know who that girl is. But
to be honest, there's contradictions in the spoiler channel about that as well. Like, I don't think anyone knows at this point.
right.
I think it's the issue is that a lot of the images of Idun are taking place in dark settings. So a lot of the finer details we cannot see compared to this one character who is in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Right, that's true.
It's like if you try to tell the difference between the color blue and red in the dark, you can't tell the difference.
Right. So let's move on to this slide. We have all these people here and Matthias as well. So it's a mixture of Arendelle guards and the natives of the forest.
Seem to be coexisting.
Right, and which is interesting. They seem to be coexisting. You would think that they were fighting each other at one point.
And apparently there are female guards, which is just a fun note.
Oh, where is it? Is it the one on the left side of
Yes.
this picture? Oh, I see. Oh yeah, that is
You can see
interesting
them
to note.
fight as well.
Absolutely. I'm sorry.
You can see them fighting too.
Oh, fighting as well.
Yeah.
And so obviously they
Maybe a
encounter.
microwave.
So this is the scene which is interesting. It's one of the more interesting parts of the trailer. The scene where Matthias tells Elsa, "Where did you learn magic?"
And in this picture, we see ice in the background, and then
Be some
him
kind
standing
of
with the natives.
or a wall, if you will.
And those two, and there are those two new characters. I've already seen fan art of them. People are quick.
Two noticeable front-facing characters.
Yes. But regardless, the interesting part of this scene was, where did you learn magic? Like, it's not like, oh, you were born with it. Like, does that imply that Elsa got her magic during her lifetime? Not born with? Like, I don't know what that means, really.
Yeah, it's an
Well, he
interesting
wouldn't
question.
know.
Because I know Agnar said in the first movie Elsa was born with it.
Right. Or that could be, maybe he doesn't know the whole story. But anyway, regardless, let's move on to the next slide here. This was a cool scene. Elsa jumping and making pillars to run on. That's pretty epic scene.
Something that they
Oh,
should
squee!
something that they
Finally
should
let her hair
do
out.
reveal in the movie.
Yeah, it's a visually pretty movie, I would say. Especially with the water. They definitely took a few notes from the Moana team.
I remember a meme on the subreddit. It was like, "How real do you want the water to look?" Yes.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was in the teaser very well done. Because when I first saw the trailer, I thought, what kind of movie is that? It's looking so real.
Oh yeah, and it definitely looks better. Like, I can definitely see the difference between the first and the second movie in terms of quality. Walt Disney Animation Studios has come a long way from Tangled. The most expensive film they've ever made. Still, and yet this probably took less than half of the budget of that film, and it looks way better. They know how to do the resources well now.
They do.
All right, let's move on to the next slide. So Anna and Olaf in this boat, we've seen this several times at this point, but I didn't notice this till this latest trailer, but those are sentient rocks. like I didn't notice till the I didn't notice it till this trailer, but those are living rocks sleeping, and they're huge. I don't know if they're related to the trolls. I don't know if they're their own thing. Are they the guardians of this forest? That's interesting, though. We do see later in the trailer that they're practically trying to kill the characters, but I don't know why. Maybe they...
Kill is a strong word.
Well, not kill, but more like
Go
go away, like Marshmallow or something.
Just trying to gore them with giant boulders.
Doesn't one of them throw a tree?
I know, like a huge tree. Like they just throw it, chuck it.
Yeah, so it's on that one's Anna and Kristoff on Sven running away as there's three of them, and one of them just like casually throws a tree at them.
Yeet!
Marshmallow 2.0.
Marshmallow 2.0. All right. Well, these are like way bigger than Marshmallow. That we can tell. I'm speculating these are like mountain trolls kind of creatures. I don't know if they're the exact same. Would be interesting if they are related to the trolls in any way. Let's move on to the next slide. Of course, we have the man of the hour, the animal of the hour, the
cute lizard
the
salamander.
The thing that's gonna sell Disney $1 billion in merch sales. This is the salamander.
Oh my god.
I know its name. Is its name a leak?
I mean,
No, I think
It
it
doesn't
was
say
through a press release or
we
something.
haven't said anyone else's names though, so.
Matthias.
Yeah, no, Matthias was a
yeah.
D23, so that was confirmed. That was his name, but I don't know if this lizard's name's the leak.
Not say the name.
All right, let's not say the name. All right.
Yeah, we haven't really said anyone else's name.
Yeah.
Aside from
Matthias.
I'm a little bit concerned about the salamander because it's too close in the design to Pascal.
Yeah, maybe he's his cousin.
Yes, this is the cousin of Pascal. His name is Rascal, and then his I'm just making up his name. And he lives in the enchanted forest, where instead of yellow sunflowers growing, it is crocuses. Yes, and okay, I'm gonna stop. Let's move on to the.
It's also interesting because the two protagonists are blonde. Okay,
Rapunzel and Elsa.
Entangled. Rapunzel was blonde but turned brunette, and Elsa stays blonde.
Right, like platinum blonde for Elsa. Yeah.
Can I not be reminded of those stupid fan theories?
You mean that they're related?
Oh, they're related?
No, that they're sisters, but they got torn apart.
No, that doesn't. Oh gosh. No. Many more already.
Those are crazy.
Deconfirmed.
Moral of the story is that Disney loves their lizards.
Yeah, Disney loves lizards, man.
Next thing you know, they're gonna buy Godzilla and they're gonna turn him into a cheese.
By Godzilla.
With big eyes.
Oh gosh. I mean, I don't know if Disney's gonna be able to do that kind of film ever again. I mean, we saw what happened with Good Dinosaur. Anyway, let's move on to this picture. Let's go on. Let's. So this is the picture of Elsa being in a fire.
Well, this is after she shot an ice blast.
Shot an ice blast. Yeah, and then Anna, and this
after Anna's just called her name.
Right, Elsa, and then this is the scene here in this picture where she says, "Then don't run into fire." You know, the infamous quote that is, at this point, you guys all know.
Unbelievable.
That's a powerful statement, you know. Like their bond is still clearly strong, even after apparently 3 years.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next. Oh, literally the same picture. Move on to the next scene here. A tornado. What?
Yeah, just casually tornado coming at them.
Tornado.
Tornado.
And it's not even. And it's not. And real tornadoes don't just go through them and just spin them around a little bit and that's it. No, you're flying into a. You're flying miles away, bro.
Flying into a vortex.
Yeah, so this is more of just a vortex, not a tornado. Yeah, Just a wind vortex.
Then don't run into the
Way
tornado.
back there.
Then don't run into the tornado. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Unless you're a storm chaser in Kansas, don't run into a tornado.
Tornado didn't run. They didn't run into the tornado. The tornado ran into them.
Yeah, I guess we're not in Arendelle anymore. Anyway, let's move on to Svens. 8 billion Svens, or just reindeer. I don't think this is Sven. I think this is just reindeer.
Yeah.
A bunch of reindeer.
He's got a harness.
Harness?
No, yeah, this one has a
wearing
harness, and it's
That's.
they.
I think that
The
is.
one to the right has a slightly different face, so it does look
Yeah.
like Sven.
It could be taking place towards the middle.
What if it was just like a Marty situation from Madagascar 2 where Sven meets the reindeer and they all look
Yeah.
sounded exactly like him?
Right. I honestly can't tell the difference between any of these reindeer. Did Disney literally just photocopy Sven's model and then just multiplied it, or did they actually make subtle differences among these?
I don't know. I mean, the one in the middle and the one on the right look a little different in their face to me, but maybe I'm just crazy.
I guess so. I love crazy. Let's move on to the next scene. We have Iduna question mark. Again, we still don't know who this is. We think it's Iduna. And then a baby reindeer.
On.
So
I think I know where they are. They are on someplace.
I think this is within the
Oh.
Enchanted Forest, and these are the native people of the Enchanted Forest. That's my assumption, anyway. Seems like they had better days than what it is currently, because in the present day it's like dark. Like that forest doesn't look too great. So we have Poppy doing his prophecy thing. Wait, what?
Well, this is when
The
he's
usual.
warning Anna that Elsa might give into the magic too much.
Right? If what? If she's not with Elsa, or she? Like, what was the reason?
We can,
Doesn't really matter.
I think she's exploring her powers more and more, and Pappy fears that she's getting lost in her power.
And consumed by it.
Consumed by the power. I mean, in the first film, we did discuss. I mean, it was because of true love could thaw a frozen heart that Elsa could control her powers. So maybe that's what it just means. Just reiterating the sisterly love. Anyways, regardless, that's what I think. Let's move on to this next scene. Protect Arendelle at all costs. Protect Arendelle at all costs. Even though they are in a forest nowhere near Arendelle. Let's protect Arendelle at all costs.
he looks so happy.
Well, honestly, I don't really know what they're protecting Arendelle. I'm assuming it's those big rock giant
It
things.
could be that.
Yeah.
It could be the fire spirit. It could be.
It could be the knock.
It could be a number of
Yeah,
things.
it could be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even discuss
Actually,
it.
that
The
bridge,
wind. I mean, who knows?
Wait, what bridge?
that bridge over there in the distance. Do you see that?
Oh yeah, I see it. I thought that was a.
It looks a bit like.
That looks like the one that they were walking on. The natives.
Yeah,
were
that's what
walking
I was just thinking. Yeah. It looks just like the same one.
I was going to say this earlier, but it looked like whenever we see the picture of is it Iduna? I don't know if it's Iduna or not. Holding the baby reindeer, it looks like they're on that bridge.
That
Right.
also, we had a previous shot with
Sure.
Matthias in the middle, and then 2 other people on the side. It looks similar to that, also
yeah.
that structure.
Yeah.
So it looks like this will be a place that they go at least a few times in the film.
Yeah.
It's a dam.
Damn. All right, let's move on to the next scene.
Magical dam.
Yeah.
Love magic at day.
Damn it. All right, so let's go to the rock giants. They're clearly chasing. We move on to the next scene. These guys.
Golem.
Is that Kristoff?
Yes.
So they're clearly running
Yes, that's
away.
Kristoff and Anna on Sven. This is, you see that tree in the middle was the tree that got yeeted.
That's true. And then this is Anna finishes her jumping from that teaser trailer.
Isn't this the third time we've seen this jump, or is it only the second time?
I think this is only the second time.
She completes it in this one, doesn't
Yeah.
Yes, we've seen both halves of the jump, the first half and then the second half.
Oh, so that means this is the last trailer then. Oh no. I'm kidding. I don't know if that means anything.
We might get a middle section. Because I know Fafi put it together and there were a few frames missing, so we might get those like 7 frames from the middle.
No, you gotta watch the full movie to see 5 seconds of Anna jumping. Alright. Let's move on. Wow. Oh, I didn't realize this is the end of the slideshow. This is where Elsa's on the water from the first trailer, and that is the horse that we see in the second trailer, and now she's riding on it.
Yes, and she has some reins.
Some reins, yeah. Are those
It
reins
looks
that
a
she
lot
conjured
more
up, or were they on the horse? Like,
Yes,
They look
we
like they're
see
out
her
of
in
eyes.
those.
Yep.
oh, they were conjured up by her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense. That's really cool. So she was able to ride it by what, like blasting it on its nose or something? That's what it looked like. She was on.
She kind of like blasted it and then like threw herself over the side of it.
Mm.
All right, makes sense. And let me see.
Had a long stern.
All right. I think that those are all of the slides. The few slides that I'm missing is the what happened with Olaf. So let's just talk about it real quick. So Olaf was currently roaming around in the Enchanted Forest, and then he hears a horse in the water, and then next thing you know, he's running, doing a comedic screaming for the camera. So is the horse native to the forest, or is he from the ocean? I don't.
Looks like he's native to the forest.
But how they end up in the ocean, unless the forest is connected to the ocean by some river delta?
I don't know.
I think it's a water spirit, so it doesn't matter if it's in a little in the ocean or in a little puddle of water.
Nah, that's true.
I think it could be
doesn't really
there's water.
Physical barriers don't bother spirits. I'm pretty makes sense. All right. So that concludes the trailer analysis. Any last thoughts before we move on? All right, let's.
See, the water knock looks.
We're just speechless.
I think my mic is cutting out. I think the water knock looks a lot more menacing than he did in the first couple of trailers, where I thought, is he just there? I don't really know what his purpose is. But
right, he just shows up on the second trailer. It's like, who are you? But he actually looks like a threat here. I don't know if he's the main villain or what have you, but he's clearly an obstacle that Elsa has to get through.
Off my property. He has that look to him.
All right, so without further ado, let's get into the songs. Dun dun dun.
Oh no!
All right, so the songs, here we are. Are they playing? No, they're not playing. Good. All right, so the first song is Into the Unknown. They included 2 clips of it, which is the special look and the Vivo snippet. So let's just talk about it. What do you guys think of the new song, Into the Unknown? It's clearly Elsa's big number for this film.
It's been in my head ever since I watched the trailer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Every day, every morning, every night.
Yeah, this is why I only listened to it like twice, because I didn't want it to get stuck in my head. I wanted to see the full song in the movie so I can enjoy it better.
That strength.
That's fair.
Funny enough, it's growing on me, but it's not that catchy like Let It Go for me.
Is it the nostalgia bias talking?
I don't know. That's my feeling that I have from.
We all just have nostalgia bias. It's probably.
I think it'll be better in context because the Japanese one that has a little more at the beginning, I think, is much better.
Yeah.
It's like the way
totally.
it sounds when how it leads into the chorus part. it makes the chorus a lot better.
Right, yeah, I only watched the Japanese.
That's the one I've been playing
ones.
over and over again.
Yeah. And we also got to see new footage within the special look, which is interesting. Idina Menzel is an excellent singer. I'm glad that she's back playing as Elsa and doing a great song nonetheless. Totally up her alley.
If they got someone else to voice it, I probably wouldn't end up watching it. Her voice is incredibly talented.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I guess she's incredibly talented with her voice. Whatever. Don't read too much into what I say.
A veteran of Broadway.
There's a YouTuber out. Yeah, there's a YouTuber out there. Her name is Elizabeth South, and she did a cover of "Let It Go," and her voice is very, very similar to Idina Menzel.
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe you should link it to the VIP chat. I'll take a look at it later. So, any other thoughts of Into the Unknown? I mean, I really like the chorus. Into the Unknown. I can't sing.
Go one up high. Go high.
They should have had you. They should have had you sing it. I take it back.
No, please no. All right, so wow, I had like 15 minutes slated for Into the Unknown, but I guess we finished in 4 minutes. Anyway, if that is all for that discussion, let's move on to Kristen Bell's The Next Right Thing.
This one is. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I thought this was Olaf's song. I might have gotten confused.
No, that's When I'm Older. That's When I'm
Older.
Yeah. The Next Right Thing is on a song. Again, Kristen Bell doing a fantastic job. We never thought Veronica Mars could sing, but here we are, 2019. She sounds excellent in this piece, and I don't want to get too much into the lyrics, but the lyrics of that song is interests me the most. It reminds me a lot of the. It gives me the more than just a Spare vibes. If you guys listen to that deleted song in the first film, it's kind of like an ominous thing. Not ominous, but more like some regretful, like a regretful kind of tone.
That poor girl. She's going through a lot.
I know. It like she's the youngest one there. She has to witness all of Elsa's,
yeah.
And her parents trying to balance their love for their kids and, protecting her. It's crazy. Hopefully we get to, we will see the full soundtrack for the film. Which, by the way, speaking of the soundtrack, you can pre-order the soundtrack today. I think they started the pre-orders last week, so pre-order the soundtrack. That's gonna be fire, especially if Christopher Beck back doing the score. It's gonna be awesome.
You wanted 10 million for a the first one? The first one killed everything else.
Yeah, I can't wait to get Into the Unknown to number 4 on Billboard. All right. If that's it for Kristen Bell's The Next Right Thing, let's go to Josh Gad. Let's go to Olaf's When I Am Older. So this is clearly another Olaf song, another happy song of a snowman trying to understand how can you be old as a snowman. I don't know. I don't know about you, Olaf, but can you be older? Can you just live eternally? I'm pretty sure you can, unless Elsa dies or something.
I've seen some fan depictions of him being older.
Please, I don't want to imagine a bearded Olaf hey, when I was a kid, no, please no.
No, imagine wrinkly snow skin.
But I guess he was only born recent. Well, in the first film.
Sure.
So,
I guess
he's learning more. He's growing.
So he literally acts like his age. So he's 3 years old.
I think the point is he's discovering things and he's
3 years old.
he's
That's literally
learning.
true.
Imagine Olaf and the Terrible Twos.
Terrible twos.
Okay, but I want to see like an angsty teenager Olaf.
Oh my gosh. Like
Elsa, but I want to go
from-
outside, but mom. It's because Elsa's his mom, and then Anna's her aunt.
Yeah.
Kristoff's the uncle that he doesn't like. And
Now you listen here, young man.
And so these are the new songs: "Into the Unknown," "When I Am Older," and "The Next Right Thing." All great songs. Where is Kristoff's song? Where is it?
Gets a duet with Hans.
Yeah, where is Hans' song? Where is Hans? Where is he? Disney, tell me.
Who is this Han?
On the Southern Isles.
No, I refuse to accept that as an answer.
Oh, like it or not, that's most likely where he is.
Dang it, no.
The Hans of the Southern Isles.
My
He of the Southern
my
Isles.
dream is gone. Anyway, is that really it for the songs? I mean, these songs were pretty hype when I heard them first time. You guys, any final thoughts?
I don't
how
want
many
to
songs
see
are we predicting?
I'm sorry, Swifters. You're going through all these potential spoiler territory.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you're doing a good job because we don't know what we're dealing with. So, without further ado,
Yeah.
if that's the end of the songs, let's go to Frozen Fan Fest. If you guys don't know what that is, Frozen Fan Fest was part of Disney's huge merch drop extravaganza that happened yesterday on October 4th. They released it on all their stores, and including the parks, and it's basically a drop of both their Frozen 2 merchandise and their merch for the upcoming Star Wars film, Rise of Skywalker. So,
Oh God, don't remember.
well, no,
Christmas specific merchandise.
that I don't know. They're all displayed here on the screen. So, Reznov Jr. was there. He works at Disney, and he took several pictures over at Disneyland of the merch that they were selling. And these look excellent. I mean, there's so much. I wish I was there back. I wish I was there now. I went there last summer, but they didn't have any Frozen. They barely had any Frozen merch in that store. Now, apparently, half of the store's Frozen merch.
In Disney World, there was only like one shop that I found Frozen stuff in, so I'd love to go back and see if they updated it with all the Frozen 2 stuff, which I'm sure they did. But
All right. What do you guys think? I mean, you're looking at all these. The dolls are pretty cool. Certain. Sorry. Dolls are pretty cool. Raised by Trolls. I see. There's a shirt there that's called Raised by Trolls. I kind of want to get that shirt.
Test. Can you guys hear me?
yes,
Yes.
you're a little quiet though.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I had to turn it down because I was having mic difficulties.
Here, let me turn you up. There you go.
Well, no, don't do that. I turned myself down because I was having mic issues earlier.
Well, now you sound fine. So.
Okay. Yeah, Frozen Fan Fest.
Well, you were there. You were there at Disneyland. So, what did you see there?
Well, I wasn't. Lots of stuff. Well, okay. So I wasn't there for the midnight release, which is what this was all about. Mainly, I only saw the stuff that they have available for Disney parks. And I had to go, and then I went to Target to see what they all had. They had a bunch of stuff, but a lot of the stuff is actually really cool. They have a lot more apparel. There's also some shirts for men and women, not just kids. Although I wasn't really able to fully see that. I think a lot of that will probably be available in Disney stores and other retailers because I didn't see it at the World of Disney. A lot of it is really cool though. Like they have some more of the little play figure sets, like the $30 sets where it's got each character. I think you can see it in the background right there, behind the picture in the video. and they have like an Elsa snow globe. It is a much better stuff than they had the first time around for the first movie. Like, well, this is the first time they did a midnight kind of Frozen event release for new merch, but they're definitely coming out swinging with lots more stuff this time around. They are definitely prepared
for the
yeah, and then there's also going to be a lot of Funko Pops and stuff coming
Oh,
out as
Funko
well.
Pops.
Not all of it was not all of it was available for the Frozen Fan Fest midnight release. And it's the same thing with Star Wars stuff. Like they're also getting there. For some reason, it got delayed. So yeah, there's still more to come. This is not just.
So this is just the first
Yeah,
wave.
that's true.
So just to make it clear to the stream, are certain merch can only be found in the parks, or can you find any of this merch anywhere?
So this stuff that you see in the pictures, the normal pictures, that's only available inside Disney parks. Like the two pins right there, see where it says Disney Parks Collection?
I see.
Those are only available at Disney parks. If you look on like the Mice Chat article or other stuff, some of this will like this is the figure set right here with Elsa and Anna and both their different costumes and Elsa and Commander and stuff like that. That's going to be available. Some of that will be available in Disney stores in the malls and other places. It's kind of, I would say check out the Mice Chat article because there's a lot of stuff. You have food items at grocery stores like Go-Gurt and cereal and stuff. That's obviously only going to be available at grocery stores.
Yeah,
So
the Mice Chat
it's-
article Reswap's talking about is in the docs. If you guys want to take a look at it, I'm looking at it.
Ooh, those figures I want.
I'm looking at it right now. These are pretty nice shirts. We are all in search of something. We got some. This looks
Well,
really
like-
cool. This looks like adult size Anna and Elsa apparel, which is interesting. Usually, I would think these are kid size.
Yeah, it's something a lot of people have asked for in the past. Like, how come you not have more Frozen merch, not just for kids, but for adults? So this is Disney now addressing that. And from what I'm aware of, they are going to release more for adults. Not like a massive amount, but a little bit more. But it's just it's a bunch of cool
makes
stuff.
No, it makes sense because
like-
the first movie came out in 2013, right? This is 2019. The fans of the first film have grown up.
As Swifter stated earlier, she was 12. Now she's 17.
Oh, 18.
Yeah,
Yeah.
18.
Yeah.
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 Well, it's not just exclusively like new standalone merch. This is also kind of getting into other program lines that Disney has already had for some time, like the sleeping plush line that's replacing the pillow plush, where you could Velcro it in half and you would open it, it would be like a pillow, like a character pillow. That's being replaced slowly with the new sleeping character plush pillows. They're like $5 more. But they've already had like Mickey and Minnie and Stitch and stuff like that in Disney parks and in Disney stores. They just came out with one of Sven, like it looks like he's asleep and it's adorable and I want one.
Okay, so oh my
Yeah, I
gosh,
see different chat.
I haven't noticed this in the article. There is a picture of a Frozen 2 Monopoly set. I want one. Oh my goodness, that looks so good.
When I was at Target yesterday, I ran across it and I was tempted to buy it, but I already spent quite a lot yesterday, so I decided against it. But maybe next time.
Oh yeah, Kindred, you got a bunch of merch, right? You mentioned earlier. What merch did you get?
Yeah. So, I don't know if I can pull up any images right now, but I got these were all gifts from my girlfriend, which I'm very thankful for. But I got like a picture of Elsa and Nock, and I got this all at Target because I guess there's big Disney thing happening there. But
Yes,
I got,
that is true.
I can speak for that.
Target has traditionally partnered with Disney on a lot of things. That's why in my local Target they
Yes.
always have Disney merch.
October 4th is when they officially start releasing Frozen 2 items and the new Star Wars items.
Yeah, that's what the Frozen Fest and
We had
Triple
a-
Force Friday was.
We had a lot of angry parents that were upset that they couldn't purchase Frozen 2 stuff beforehand.
Really?
Oh, beforehand.
Yes, because so I'm gonna be
Speaking as what?
What happens is that yes, I work at Target.
Oh,
What happened
okay,
was
cool,
Disney
cool.
sent us our stuff a bit earlier than we expected. So we had the unfortunate duty to basically push it all into the back. But one of the major issues that we had with a lot of this Frozen stuff is there isn't a clear distinction between Frozen 1 and Frozen 2, especially when it comes to the closing. So sometimes it would be accidentally placed on the floor and people would get it. Oh, there is in Frozen 2. And then they would take it to the cashier and the cashier say, we can't sell you this. This should be
yeah. Well, this is based off a personal experience. So I went to an Air Force base near my local area, and they have like a store in there. And so like a traditional like grocery / shopping mall area. And in one of the sections for like lip balm of all places, I saw Frozen 2 lip balm. And this was a week before October 4th. So I didn't take it to the cashier or anything. I just found it interesting that there was already Frozen 2 merch before October 4th in my local store. I don't.
And to confirm what Residue Werber said earlier, they will be rolling out more stuff. I know some of the stuff that he has in his pictures, it's currently in our back stock.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay. So I guess it comes in tiers then, right? So it's like Disney parks get like all the exclusive stuff first, then the Disney stores, and then the Target stores.
Well,
I guess.
Well, not only that, again, some of this stuff, anything that is specifically labeled Disney parks, you won't find in a Target or a Walmart or anything else, because it can't be. It was the contract. There was never any sort of contract established for that stuff to be sold. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of like with Lego. That's why like Lego has a lot of their stuff you can only buy through them, but some of it will carry because we got the contract to. But if not, it's only through them.
So with Legos, you guys only sell like Disney Legos, right? You guys don't sell Batman Legos in your parks.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Best question.
For now.
For now.
Where's all your non-Disney stuff?
Oh yeah. Can't wait for the buyout of Warner Bros. Anyway, anything else on the merch? I honestly can't wait for, especially some T-shirts. I would like to get new T-shirts.
Raised by trolls.
Like to get a T-shirt.
I could see more troll merchandise coming out as well. This is just the initial wave. I mean, it's not like Disney goes, okay, we came out with 53 new items total for this release, and that's it. People will be happy. No, they learned their lesson from the last movie where they just could not keep up with the demand, and they just started releasing all this stuff over a long period of time. They're just like, oh, there's going to be more to come.
Well, that's good that they're extra prepared this time for the hype. Because honestly, the first film, the hype. I mean, of course, they were expecting to make money off of Frozen, but they were expecting like Tangled levels. They weren't expecting $1 billion film.
I think everybody, even Bob Iger, said in interviews that they had no idea. Even Jennifer Lee and Chris Buck had no idea that Frozen would be insanely popular and successful as it was. They just thought it was probably gonna be like Tangled, and that was it.
Right.
So in these pictures, there is a lot of salamander. I see
a lot of salamanders. Yep.
Yeah, there's salamanders on shelves. There's salamanders in bucket. But they know that we're all gonna buy these salamanders.
By the way,
I mean, we love him already.
He only showed up in the trailer for like 2 seconds. There's already merch,
and we love him.
Okay, I guess
spoilers.
I guess we'll see.
There is. He's toyetic.
Who knows? He could be the villain. Who knows?
Oh my gosh!
Salamander's been pulling the strings.
Yeah. He's a fire-breathing salamander. He's the one moving all the.
Pascal's evil cousin.
I'm gonna burn your eye.
Oh my!
Wait, so
the ice magician on the Twitch chat says, "I need that Elsa jacket in my size." I'm glad that they're making adult size versions of these costumes. It's honestly what people wanted. I'm tired of only seeing little kid versions of these outfits.
Tired of the lies.
I mean, I'm not throwing shade at little kids or anything, but adults love this film too.
Throw shade at little kids.
Right? You know, a kid, you have no idea what it's like to be a true Frozen fan.
Oh my god.
There's an interesting thing about those new pictures of Elsa's coat. Some super high-res pictures of Elsa show actually the details, and the stitches were uneven, as if they deliberately made it more natural and not so CGI-like. And some fans have blown up those pictures, and you can actually see those little hairs we do have on our faces. They did it on Elsa. They did it on other characters. It's
You can see
mind-boggling.
Anna, the hair on her arms and her hands.
Oh, really?
Whoa,
Yeah.
what? Wait, there's
Yeah, well, we had a discussion about it when one of the pictures came out in HD, and it was like, we can see Anna's hair
on her arm?
on her hand. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
I almost thought you were going to say, like, oh, you can see her arm.
oh god.
No.
Oh, now we're entering
No, we're entering
territories.
we're entering the forbidden forest. All right.
Okay, guys, real.
We're entering into the unknown here. The unknown of
There's
Anna's
like-
armpit.
Most depictions do not show her with armpit hair.
No.
We're getting into that territory now.
No, we're
but
not.
I-
No, we're
but
not.
we know what Swifters means.
Memes today.
Oh.
We should stay far away from that territory.
Yeah, we should definitely stay far away from that territory. Anything else on the merch, guys? Because I'm looking at the time right now, and we got plenty of time. I think we went through all this way too fast.
Hey, that's okay. We kept moving. We kept it going.
Oh no, that's true.
No, the whole show doesn't have to last 2 hours.
No, that's fine.
I'm not a fan of Funko Pops. I'm sorry, I can't. If I see those Frozen 2 merches or Funko Pops, I'd like, no.
Yeah, I'm
they
not a huge fan of the Funko Pops either. I prefer.
They got the young Anna one wrong because it has the white streak in her hair, even though when we see her in Frozen 2, it's before that accident. So it's
No,
like, this is wrong.
I wish they continued Disney Infinity so I can continue collecting those.
Just use the same mold.
Oh man, I wish they never got canceled. Disney Infinity.
Yeah, they remind me of
yeah.
Nintendo Amiibo collections. I very much like those.
So the Funkos are interesting because they basically have replaced the Vinylmations that were super popular. Like those were all the craze at Disney parks actually for the longest for years, and almost to the point where like I got trained collectibles and all that stuff, and we were taught like, hey, make sure you mix the box around because they're all mystery items. You don't know which one you're gonna get. And guests would learn to come in. They'd bring little scales with them, and they would weigh them so they know which one weighed which and stuff like that.
That's genius.
If you didn't mix the box around, they knew which ones were set in the pattern from the distributor, from the manufacturer, how they were put in the boxes. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And it just like, but it kind of died out. And like, sometimes people will come in and like, hey, where do you have Vinylmations? And I'm like, what are those? Those don't exist anymore. They kind of do, but they're just a dying thing. And now Funkos have replaced them. Everybody's got to get one. It's like, I do like them, but I just only like ones of like things that I'm a fan of. So I got the Frozen ones. I also got like a Rocketeer one and one from the show Scrubs and stuff like that. Of Dr. Cox. If anybody knows who that is. That's all I get.
Wes Rob Jr., you want to give us an exclusive? Are there Frozen 2 Tsum Tsums?
Oh boy.
Tsum Tsums are also a dying thing.
Thank goodness.
I mean, there might be that's up to the company because Tsum Tsums they're their own company that makes them. They're not made by Disney, which is why you can see different like IPs and stuff made out of them. But Disney no longer really deals with them at their parks and stuff anymore. They've been officially discontinued. I think the last time somebody actually came in a few weeks ago and they're like, hey, where's this like where can we buy the Tsum Tsums? And they showed me one. I'm like, where did you get that at? And they're like, oh, we bought it at a shop somewhere down the street. And I'm like, yeah, we haven't had it in like over a year now because they don't make them. I think they replaced them with what are they called now? Wishables.
Wishables.
That's the new thing.
Okay. I don't. What are wishables? What are those?
They're like the same. They're a little bit bigger than Tsum Tsums, but they're like little plushy items, and you make them off of different characters and stuff. And it's a new thing. Disney's like contracted with somebody else to make them. So, yeah.
Now that's interesting because I don't know if you guys still play Frozen Freefall, but I always get those ads, Tsum Tsum ads. I still get those Tsum Tsum ads. So I don't know what.
Well, like because Tsum Tsums were like they kind of permeated everything in society. Like you had Star Wars Tsum Tsums and stuff like that. We still do have trading pins that you can buy of mystery set like pin sets of involving the Tsum Tsum based characters, design of the characters. It's kind of like Funko Pops. You know, Funko makes a pop of every character imaginable for whatever they have a contract for. Same thing with Tsum Tsums, but Tsum Tsums are also kind of going on the way out because they were very popular at the time, but I don't think Disney wants much to do with them anymore. I guess I don't know why. Maybe it's just whatever. It is what it is. But who knows? Maybe they'll still be around. But
All right, that makes sense. Yeah. I'm kind of glad that those Tsum Tsums are a dying trend now. Thank goodness. All right. Is there any other thoughts on the merch?
I wish I got one of those Elsa Coronation Funko Pops, but I can't find one now.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't live in Australia.
Well, yeah.
The thing would kill you, from what I heard.
But wait, isn't Australia like one of the first places to get stuff because you guys are so ahead of us?
I don't think so.
It's kind of like how Japan is like the first to get everything.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Wait, is all of your guys' merch upside down?
No, that's not how that works.
Oh yeah, of course. No, that's how it works. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think it just costs $500 instead.
I have to pay a grotesque shipping fee.
watch,
Of course.
whatever side of or coast of Australia you live on, Disney will open a park there, but I'll be on the complete opposite side.
Yeah. I would say so.
Okay, guys, road trip.
Yeah, we should all come visit on Australia, absolutely. Where it's summer, you know.
Oh God.
It's actually summer right there. It's spring right now there, isn't it? In the southern hemisphere.
It is.
Oh, spring,
Yeah.
that's true, yeah. We just had fall.
It's getting. We have like a heat wave this week too. That's fun.
Right. Alright.
Hey, the warm never bothered me anyway.
Now. If any last thoughts? Because I think we are good to wrap this up. Any last thoughts?
Actually, I do have a last thought.
Yes.
Did you guys indulge? What?
No, go ahead, Reswap.
Oh, you're probably gonna hate me. No, so I thought of it when we were talking about earlier about the leak. I'm just gonna say this for perspective.
Okay,
My
okay.
nephew spoiled Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Okay.
For me, right?
Okay.
And I and they're like, oh, this is how it ends. This happens and that happens. This guy does this. This dude does that. I'm like, okay. And then I'm just like, sounds all right. So I went and asked my two best friends last week, and I still haven't seen the movie. And then I asked them, like,
Yeah,
what do you guys
Jay,
think
we
of
should totally kick
Spider-Man
him for
Far From
potentially
Home?
spoiling us right now with leaks. Yes, we should, well,
What was that?
go ahead, Reswap Jr. Hopefully you're not.
So I asked my friends what they thought of it, because one of them's a diehard Spider-Man fan. He's like, dude, that movie was awesome. And then so I go, oh, I heard this happens and that happens. They're like, oh no, dude, this is what actually happens. I'm like, wait, what, really? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, who told you that? I'm like, oh, my nephews. He's like, yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. It's because my nephews totally misunderstood what they saw in the movie. So I'm just like, oh great, now I gotta go watch it. Because that sounds way better. So take what you like, take anything you hear about anything with a huge grain of salt, because it could have been made up. It could have been like
Whoa.
A lot.
What?
Whoever probably may have leaked it probably didn't actually saw it. They heard it from somebody else.
Okay.
And so it's kind of like the
I'm
telephone game.
sorry.
All right.
And it's from what they originally heard and what you're eventually going to see is going to be way different. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that
Hopefully.
yeah, hopefully, because here's what I don't understand about merch though, because storybooks and like other book stuff like that are included as merch, right? They're counted as merch, and because of that, why would they release that before the film though? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, isn't a lot of these books like little side stories stuff?
Yeah.
Little adventures.
There have
about
been a
things
lot
that
that
happen.
have the whole summary of the movie though.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
that's
They're not necessarily canon.
Just
That
in,
happened whenever Toy Story 4 released. There was stuff
think
like this
it's-
with merchandising, the story being released early, and people having kind of a general idea about how it ends.
it's I guess it's so parents have a means to see just what they're getting into when they watch the movie as well.
I guess.
I like they should expect something different.
I don't see. I
If it
don't
didn't.
think parents really think that way though. It's just
Oh well, I don't know. I
Also,
saw
like-
that. I saw someone talk about that. About them.
okay. All right.
Well, also, I mean, like I remember you could get a novelization of the Phantom Menace back in the 90s. I remember reading it.
But was that
Stuff was-
before Phantom Menace came out?
No, it came out like right before the movie did, I think. And people are, no, it came out right after. But the thing was, things were different than what happened in the movie. Like there was lines
Yeah.
of dialogue and stuff that happened between the characters that never happened in the movie. And I think it's just because like I don't know if they did it intentionally to throw people off or something like that, or like to get, because it's kind of, I guess, maybe weird to read it than how you would see it on a film.
The
Oh,
better-
they have to-
Novelizations, I think.
Sorry.
I would like. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to point out a really good example of throwing someone off. The original script for Empire Strike Back.
Oh boy. Okay.
The original novelization for Empire Strike Back. Because remember, the original is completely different from what came out.
Okay. So maybe.
Because in the original script, they had Luke and Leia as cousins and in love.
What the?
Oh, Okay.
Yikes. Okay. Just some Habsburg stuff right here.
yeah,
Yeah,
all
that didn't
definitely.
go over very well.
Well, because the story was changed.
Right. So
Exactly.
but I remember back in Frozen, right? In the first film, they literally changed so much huge aspects of the story at the last minute. Like I remember the initial teaser trailers for the original movie. It was Elsa being essentially the villain, right? And then as before the movie was released, they had to change the story. So maybe
Yeah,
so
and-
if you're people like me who've seen the leak and hope that it's not true, I hope that
I will.
um
Well, so
It
even
tells
if
us one thing, but the movie tells us something
yeah,
else.
exactly. That's
well,
what I'm
exactly.
hoping.
Well, not only that, even if the books do hand out plot details and spoilers and stuff, and you're like, oh, so that's how it ends. Remember how many people who have read Harry Potter books and then they went and watched the movies, and everybody tell you like, oh, you need to read the books because they're yeah, the movies are good, but the books are better. Or some people are like, oh, I like the movies more than the books because they're contextually very different. Again, what you see and hear visually is considerably different from what you read on paper. Because
There's a
like,
lot of
you-
context missing in the books.
Yes. So I'm not too worried because I guarantee if I were to go see the movie and I enjoy it and then the book and I'm be like, okay, yeah, I can see why they can't sync up perfectly and you don't get that
Yeah.
sense of emotion and context on paper the way you would see it visually and hear it. In fact, a lot of photographers kind of teach this concept. If you want to get into photography, it's kind of hard to like show you, oh, hey, I took a cool panorama picture of like this cliff on a beach, kind of at a beach thing. Isn't it amazing? And they're like, yeah, it looks fine. And you're like, but no, it was really cool. Well, yeah, it was cool when you were there when you took it because you had all the sights and sounds and the smells. So that brings you back to memory every time you look at the picture. Anybody else who sees the picture wasn't there, so they're not going to have those same memory attachments to the picture you did.
Perspective.
Objection.
Yeah.
It's doesn't make any sense because why would they release a book with a different ending and the movie with
Right, exactly.
the
That doesn't make
correct
sense.
ending?
Unless you're talking about like a
Maybe-
Frozen Heart situation.
maybe-
Or...
You know what? Maybe somebody screwed up and somebody's gonna get fired. I don't know.
Ooh.
Maybe this was planned. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe just who knows? You know what? To be honest, I mean, I won't say anything beyond that. But
All right.
in case like Disney finds out I'm saying certain things, I should probably not say too much.
All right. Let's. You shouldn't say anything more before you get reprimanded. All right. I think that about wraps it up.
I had something to say.
Oh, you have something to say. All right, go ahead, White Star.
Yeah. I indulged myself a little bit because over the period of when the podcast wasn't on, there was a small release of something called the Disney Goodbye Hotline. No, Disney Goodbye.
Oh wow! Oh yeah!
Yeah.
How does that work? Does Idina Menzel and
has
Kristen
anybody
Bell
else
they
used
do pre-recordings or something?
Does anybody else use the service in the
I have not.
podcast channel?
I've heard a clip of it.
What does it do?
Okay,
I have not heard.
so what you
It's-
do is
Yeah.
well, the first person who's really supposed to contact is supposedly the parent.
Okay.
Follows is you call it. You're supposed to talk to the operator,
Mhm.
and it's all robotic. So you talk to basically a computer the entire time. And there's one moment where it says, "Okay, you can pass the phone to your child," and then they'll select an option, a variety of characters to say goodnight to. And one of the options, option 4, was Elsa and Anna. And so obviously I picked that. There was Yoda as one of them. There was Mickey Mouse.
Of course, Mickey Mouse.
Yoda?
So what was? So how was number
Dude,
4?
I
How was
indulged
Elsa and
myself the whole
Anna's?
time. Wanted to record it, but I didn't have any software tool to record it with.
I found a clip
Yeah,
somewhere.
that was
but
my
I'm not
question.
sure- I'm not
Want
sure
to
where
do
the
it with
person,
Google Home.
where the clip was.
Well,
But I have
Well,
heard.
regardless, please
Yeah.
describe at least what is it.
Hotline might still be active. Actually, they said it was 2 weeks, but there might be more.
No,
of it.
it discontinued the 30th of September.
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's a
see.
shame.
But
So if I call the hotline, it might be dead air.
right, but what does
Most
it
likely.
do? Like, is it actually their voices or is it?
Yeah.
It could be their voices. It could be impressionists. It got me. So what it is, it's basically just Anna and Elsa. And they talk about their day, and how they describe their day is it's an autumn day, and they were walking through Arendelle, and they were saying hi to everybody. And then there was also some mention about Olaf, Kristoff, and Sven. I don't remember the specific details. They start to talk about, oh, it's nighttime. It's time for us to retire, and they both say goodnight to each other, and then they say goodnight to the listener.
Oh, that's sweet.
I posted an
Okay.
example of it in the VIP chat.
I see.
Thing that they do mention.
I would play it, but then it's probably
they're
gonna play
really-
over the stream, so I can't right now.
Fun fact, this one is of Olaf.
Oh, so Olaf is another separate option. Interesting.
Apparently.
It might have been a past option because it wasn't one of the ones I was given.
All right. That's weird. Like they just rotate every certain options. Weird. Well, regardless, that's
One
interesting.
mention-
Kind of a shame I didn't get to try it, but
that
then
I
again,
thought
I'm
was very
not a
specific.
I'm not a little kid that needs to go to bed.
Well, they do stuff like this.
We
at the Disney
all
parks.
need to go to bed. We can cut the little kid part of it out.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I don't think I need Elsa and Anna to say goodnight to me.
Oh, you have not lived, my friend.
No, I want Han to say goodnight to me. Anyway, let's go to.
Preferably, I would just like Elsa to say goodnight to me. I can just like discard Anna.
Well, dang, wow, she's just a
Wow.
spare to you.
I mean, having both of them there, nice, but
More than just a spare.
yeah, really just Elsa I want to talk to. But there was one mention. They mentioned about their mother's shawl or something, and we see something
Yeah, they do.
that looked
Yeah.
like it in the trailer.
A shawl? What's a shawl?
It's like what
like
their
a big
mother wears
scarf.
in. It's like the purple cloak sort of thing.
Like a scarf?
It's like
Yeah.
it looks like a blanket she's just got draped over her shoulders.
Half
Of
scarf,
whom?
half blanket.
It done?
Their mother.
Oh, it done. It done. Okay.
Yeah.
And someone, it may have been Fafi, I do not know, someone imaged with Idun, and they saw that the 4 markings from the 4 pillars were actually engraved on it.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, what?
No, that's significant. So that
I'm not talking.
so that's significant.
I'm staying quiet.
That
Yeah.
all
It's weird that they go
But
out
you
of
guys,
their
No,
way
no,
to
if-
mention it.
you guys are onto something.
right, but if that's true,
I'm just
if
gonna
that's
say
true,
that.
that means Iduna is probably affiliated with the Enchanted Forest in some fashion.
Leaf people.
Yes, or at least its
Yes.
people.
Or the girl.
Well, I mean, in the interviews with the directors and stuff, they did say this movie really is focusing on a common question a lot of fans had from the first one was, well, how did Elsa get her powers?
Right,
So there's
right.
gonna be a lot of origin stuff explained to it. I'm really, I mean, yeah, looking
No.
forward to it, and I'm kind of not surprised. Like, cool, some reveal stuff.
No, that's what I really wanted from the first one, was like, why does Elsa have these powers? Like, I remember initially there were early concepts of how they're gonna explain Elsa got the powers on the first film that involved like a planetary alignment with Saturn or something. I think this was an interview.
Yeah, all the planets.
An interview with Jennifer Lee back in the day, and I guess, I mean, I doubt they're gonna rehash that, in my opinion, terrible way to get powers in this film. Hopefully, they don't explain it that way, but
Wait, what
Stars
way?
in the sky align.
the skies aligned, and then snow powers, huh?
Well, I mean, remember in the first movie when Grandpa B asked, like, was she cursed with the powers or born?
And then she said,
No,
"Born."
straight up said
Yeah.
she was born.
Yeah, she was born with them. So I mean, it's. I don't think it's. To be honest, I'd probably be a little disappointed if, like, you find out Grandpa B knew about it and all this stuff. I'm like, oh no, she was actually cursed. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that means it's the troll conspiracy.
Right.
Poppy is the bad guy. I knew it. My headcanon's correct.
Darn it.
It's over.
Jammer was. If that happens, I will scream out in the middle of the theater in the movie. Jammer was.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. all those stupid Lego Frozen Northern Lights crystals that he was holding the entire time. He'll puts them together. He turns into Troll Thanos. Then he's gonna snap everyone out of Arendelle, turn them all into snow. That's it. That's it.
That sounds like the crazy conspiracy theory of Star Wars that Jar Jar Binks is actually a Sith master.
Wait, you didn't know that?
Oh, Robot. I think that was I think that was a joke that Robot Chicken made at first, and then people started believing it.
All right.
That was a scene from Star Wars Robot Chicken.
It was.
Oh yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
Triple Force Friday was a thing. That went along with Frozen Fan Fest. No one really cares in this podcast.
The section at
Robot Chicken Star Wars.
the section at my store was at Target, at least for my Target, was super small.
For Star Wars, wow.
It mostly contained Lego.
But how about the Frozen stuff? Did it outnumber the
I will
Star
read
Wars?
a image of the Frozen section in the VIP chat. I should have linked it earlier, in fact.
Oh, you did. I don't know. Oh, it was that weird photos Google link. Let me click it.
No.
Oh no,
Hang on,
that's
give me a
not
moment. It's uploading.
it. That was not it. Regardless, any final thoughts? You guys can't wait till the movie, or are you guys hiding in an island, as White Star would say, till the movie comes out?
Yeah. White
It's
Star's not
uploaded, by the way.
Oh yeah, that is a cool
I'm
a
looking.
cool pic. Jaya Blue looks very similar to the pics that Reswap sent. It's certainly
There's a lot
typical
of other
of the
detractors.
Target Frozen sections.
Yeah.
Anyway, any final last thoughts? Because I'm pretty sure this will be when we wrap up, guys. Right? Right. So, any final thoughts? I can't wait for the movie.
Stuff.
The songs are great. The merchandise looks awesome, and the trailer looks dope. All the characters look great.
I want to know what happens to Elsa.
Just bought another piece of
I'm
Frozen.
getting
Well,
more.
I just bought a piece of Frozen merchandise
Yeah.
to the Elsa and Anna collection on Google Play Books. It's an audiobook.
Oh, what audiobook is this?
It's volume 2 of the Elsa and Anna collection, and what it is, it's a volume of a like a K through 12.
Oh,
book.
it's the Anna and Elsa book series, but it's an audiobook.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta
first
listen to
volume
that.
has
Wow.
5 books.
I didn't know that they existed.
Yeah, they just dropped volume 2. I've been waiting very patiently. I thought it would never come out, but it did. So I guess it came out in the last month.
All right.
And went through 2 books.
I gotta go listen to both volumes right away so I can reevaluate my headcanon again.
Are the voices of Elsa and Anna in it, or just
Oh,
narrator?
there is a narrator. It's a male narrator doing his best impressions.
Oh gosh, it reminds me. It reminds me of a Frozen Heart narrator for that audiobook. He didn't even try, bro. He was just like, Anna, let's go play. Anna said, "I see you." Like, what? What kind of voice is that, man?
Get the same vibe from this one, but it really is catered to children.
Oh, okay. But the audiobook I listened to was a young adult one. It's the Frozen Heart one. It's perspectives based off of Anna and Hans. It's a great extended lore book. I recommend it. By Elizabeth Rudnick, came out in 2015. Anyway, if that is it, our final thoughts, I guess we will wrap this up. So I'm the Happy Jammer. You can find me at Reddit at the Happy Jammer and at Discord at the Happy Jammer. I forgot my Discord number thing or whatever. Anyways, let's go to our co-host, Firebird.
You can find me on the Arendelle Kingdom Discord.
All right, and White Star.
You can find me on the Arendelle Kingdom Discord, or you can just if you find my private island, just stay away.
All right, then we'll move on to our guest, Reswab Jr.
You can find me nowhere.
All right, you
Okay,
can
bye.
find him on Disneyland. All right, Jay of Blue.
Oh boy, alright. You can find me at fanfiction.net as Jay Blue, on Reddit as Jay Blue, on Discord in the Yippia Discord chat and the Frozen Discord chat, and on Yippia's Fungin.
Which is also where this stream is hosted as well. And of course our 3 new guests that have appeared. Thank you guys so much for coming, all 3 of you. This was fun.
Was a pleasure.
So let's start with Swifters. Where can we find you?
You can find me on the Arendelle Kingdom Discord.
Oh.
And that's about it.
All right, Kindred.
You can find me on the Arendelle Kingdom Discord as well, and I guess on Twitter if anyone would want to. It's Kindred Tea, but instead of it's TEA, like the beverage Kindred Tea. Yeah.
I didn't know Kindred was a tea. I know Kind is like a chocolate or something.
Yeah.
And I love Elsa of Arendelle. Wow, that's your name. Okay.
Yeah, you can find me more. You can find me more on Reddit than on Discord, but I'm on the Discord around the Kingdom server, and as well as the Frozen Discord channel. But I'm more on Reddit.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in on episode 3 of the Frozen podcast. We had a great time here with all 8 of us here to discuss the trailers, the merch, and of course the songs. Thank you guys so much. You can check us out next time on twitch.tv/thehappyjammer or on the YouTube channel Fans of Frozen. It is, of course, hosted right here on the Arendelle Kingdom Discord server. All right, thank you guys. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, all.